Welcome back to ABV TV, where I drink beer on the internet. Today we are drinking a pale ale from the team at Slipstream. Slipstream Brewing Co. out of, I think they're out of Queensland. I should look at the can. Yeah, it's out of Queensland. Their pale ale. This beer is a 4.2% pale ale. I think it's probably going to be more on the lighter side of a pale ale ABV. It is probably more a craft Australian pale ale, so I find that's got that American sort of fruit hops, but a lot less bitterness than you would from, say, an American pale, and obviously it's not as malt driven as a English pale ale. Color wise, that is pretty clear. You can obviously see straight through that one. Nice yellow, very pale, maybe gold kind of a color with that one. Not much of a head has come through with that pour, but that's more probably due to me than anything else, I would imagine. But yeah, we'll just give it a bit of a swirl, see if it picks up a little bit more. Not a great deal more. Aroma wise, I'm probably getting more malt aromas than I'm getting any sort of hop flavour coming through. It's very subtle and light at that. It's a little bit of like a cracker. And when I say cracker, I generally think of rice crackers when I say that. I think in terms of beer judging and beer evaluation, I think cracker is a little bit more aligned to the American graham crackers, which, to be honest, I know I've had them because I've had smalls, and you use those crackers to make smalls, and it's a thicker biscuit kind of a deal. But I would call that a biscuit aroma, not a cracker aroma. But anyway, that's what I mean. Kind of like a rice cracker is what I'm attempting to get at. Bit of stone fruit flavours coming through there. A little bit of sweetness, but not as much as I was kind of expecting, to be brutally honest. It is very light and very easy to drink. But yeah, there's sort of stone fruit, maybe a little bit of a melon flavour coming through on this one. So as I expected, it's that Australian craft pale ale, which I do feel is a lot lighter and using the hops more as a late in the boil or as a dry hop purely for flavour than it is for bitterness. So yeah, in terms of this, there's nothing bitter about this beer at all. There's no bite to it. It's quite smooth and easy to drink. Yeah, not too bad at all. And Slipstream, as I said, they're out of Queensland. Those guys whenever I've had their beers, I've always been really impressed by them, and I know I think there's an American red ale that they've done, no, American amber ale, sorry, which is really, really good, and some of their other limited release beers that I've had in my time, I've always sort of really enjoyed. And Queensland's starting to be a bit of a haven for craft beer. There's a lot of good breweries up there, and last time I was up in Brisbane was 3 or 4 years ago, and I actually don't think I got to any breweries. I think I just went to craft beer bars on South Bank, I think it's called, where the river is. But yeah, there's a lot of really good breweries up there, and hopefully now that things are starting to return to normal pandemic wise, take a trip up there and visit a few of them, because there's some really, really good beers coming out of Brisbane, Gold Coast, South East Queensland area in general. A lot of really, really good beers that are coming out of there. Well, see, that's interesting. So reading the can, a truly refreshing Australian style pale ale. Yeah, that's what I do. Tropical fruit notes, which I suppose stone fruits, yeah, you can say there's a bit of a tropical fruit association there, so I'll take that. Light to medium bodied malt profiling, balancing the moderately bitter finish, which I'm not getting any bitter finish whatsoever. I'm not getting any bitterness. It's quite mouth coating actually, and very slick on the tongue. But I'm definitely not getting any bitterness on the back end of this beer at all. So it's interesting that they think that there is. Maybe my palate has just smashed the bits. No, don't really know. It's probably true. Too much beer, too much spicy food. But yeah, but no, this is it's an enjoyable beer. I think this is the kind of beer that is perfect to have a couple. Yeah, just at home. Obviously, I would think this is, for me, this would be a good beer to have while cooking a barbecue. Yeah, just to have that while trying not to burn steak and salmon. I think there's also a beer that you would keep in the fridge. There's a bit of a fridge filler kind of feel to this beer as well. I wouldn't say you'd have a session on it and drink half a carton of the damn thing. I think that might be a bit much, and I also think that's a bit of a waste. I can't stand drinking the same beer too long. I've always got to change up. But it's kind of like the last review, the Mountain Goat beer, which I said was kind of middle of the road, but not in an offensive way. It was just middle of the road. This falls into that same category as well. It just sits nicely middle of the road. No idea in terms of price point by the carton. It's probably a little bit more, I'm going to imagine. I don't think they're at a stage where they can flog off cases for $50 or anything like that, but it's a good beer. It's an okay beer. Maybe the hints of citrus, maybe that's the tropical fruits. Maybe it's a little mango-y. But yeah, I kind of think it's more stone fruit, and it's definitely got no bitterness to it whatsoever. But that's okay. That is fine. Slipstream's Brewing Co.'s Pale Ale. No, definitely go out and get him. He's a good little beer. And because I always forget, and it seems like I only remember every half a dozen videos, if you like the content, you enjoy watching these for whatever reason, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That really helps me out a lot. If you like the videos, click the little thumbs up. If you don't like the videos, you can click the thumbs down, but why bother? Just turn off, go watch something else. If you want to leave a comment, please do drop comments down below or onto any of the videos. I'd love to hear people's thoughts on what I'm drinking, how I review these beers, which are poor. But yeah, I'm keen to hear what you guys think. If you've got any suggestions of beers that you want to see me review, drop them down in the comments as well. Hell, if you even want to send me beer, I won't stop you. Do it. That'd be great. Save me some money. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers. If you don't press record, it doesn't fucking record.